It's the beginning of a new year and some of you guys out there might want to start creating content. Now here I have two setups, one for mirrorless cameras and one for mobile phones. I have also a wider range of accessories now, so some of them are significantly more functional than what I used to have. In this video, I'll be showing you guys my recommended setup from top all the way to the bottom. So if you need help finding new gears or just hungry for some gear content, then this video will be interesting. Now before we continue, this video will not include filters or lights. I'll be mainly talking about the video and audio aspects, and of course, some of the recommended tripods. I might also not be able to go in depth into all of the accessories, but rest assured, I've really done detailed reviews on each and every one of them. Of course, links to all of the things that I mentioned will be down in the description below. Starting with the camera setup, this is the A6400. Now, I'm not going to recommend this model. This has been about 5 years back. If you guys want a hybrid camera to take both photos and videos, I'll recommend the A6700. But if you just want a video and content creator specific camera, I'll recommend the Sony ZV-E10. The Sony ZV-E10 is cheaper than the A6400 and has a few other features that's unique for content creators. Specifically, it has 10-bit recording and it also has a product showcase function. And above all, it only costs about 800 USD. I could swear by Sony APS-C cameras. Now the content you're watching right now is shot on the full frame camera, but the content that I've shot a year back is shot on this A6400 camera. Could you guys really notice a difference? I bet most of you guys out there can't. Even when I'm editing, the difference isn't that much. So if I were you guys and starting out this year and need something in the affordable range, I'll go for the Sony ZV-E10. Now James, you did not mention getting it with the kit lens. The kit lens is good, but I'll leave it out and get this lens instead. This lens is the Sigma 16mm f1.4. It's a huge chunky little thing, but it gets you excellent results. If you don't believe me, you can go on Amazon and look at the reviews. The reviews of them are excellent. This lens only costs about 400 USD, but can give you the very nice shallow depth of field. Most of my B-rolls are actually shot on this thing, so I can really vouch for it. With that said, getting this lens, you might also want to get a few other filters. So I have a filter over here, which is the ND filter. ND filters is going to be a whole story altogether, but you want it to be able to help you to stop down your shutter speed to about 1/50th if you're shooting at 24 FPS. I love using products from K&F, so I recommend you to get the VND filter from K&F instead, which is excellent in its quality and doesn't have this X thing that appears. Moving downwards, you want a tripod. Now, if you are doing a run and gun vlogging style, then you want to check out this tripod, the Ulanzi TT38. Now, what makes this tripod really unique is that there's one push button over here, which I can just press it, and it flips out. So if I'm ever going to different locations, I could just collapse it using one hand and press one button and just set it up. Below this tripod, there's also a hook, which you can open up, that allows you to hook to different places to give you really unique angles. Now, of course, if you want a standing tripod that can go much taller, I'll recommend the MT44 or the SK04, which I mention on my channel a lot of the time. Now, I'm missing out one thing, audio. So, most of the audio on my channel, I'm actually shooting using this Rode Wireless Go 2. Now, I have to be fair and say that DJI Wireless Mic 2 is equally or even better than my Rode Wireless Go 2. Let me stick it back. So if you're using the Rode Wireless Go 2 like me, the one that I'm using right here, it has something called the internal recording, which means if I'm actually going away from my camera and the connection cuts, there's always audio which I can retrieve from the mic itself. Same thing goes for this DJI Mic 2. This DJI Mic 2 actually accompanies my DJI Pocket 3. The quality on this and this microphone is actually indistinguishable. Above all, this also has an integrated mount to be able to put on top of your Sony cameras, which my Rode Wireless Go 2 does not have. If I do not already own my Rode Wireless Go 2, I'll definitely go for the DJI mic instead. Now, one thing about cameras is that you will need a good SD cards. Now, there are tons of SD cards out there, but I'll recommend two specific brands, SanDisk or Lexa cards. For the newer camera which I recently got, I got this new Lexa card, which is actually really affordable. Now what you want to look up for is actually the symbols on top of your memory cards over here. The V60 as well as the class 10. Now all these symbols are not for fun. They are showing you the capability of the memory card. With that said, with these symbols included and the functionality of it, it's much more expensive than a lower tier SD cards. But don't cheapen out on them. If you want to record in higher formats such as 4K 30 frames per second, you will need a higher tier memory card. A lower tier memory card will cause your camera and files to get corrupted and unusable. So this is the Lexa one, and my other one is the SanDisk one over here. So I would say the Lexa is slightly cheaper than the SanDisk, but either getting of this would not go wrong. I've used both of these for more than years now. Lexa for more than a year and this for up to 4 years now. Both of them have never ever failed me. Let's talk about the mobile setup. Now, one tripod which I was totally impressed is this new TT38 tripod. Now this TT38 tripod is really unique as you are able to have this little hook. Now this hook allows you to hook onto different table edges to get you this top-down angle. So far, none of the tripods of other brands have come up with something as amazing as this. This whole tripod also includes a Bluetooth remote and 2 ways to mount your phone. So I'm actually mounting my phone in the traditional way. Okay, you can actually take this out and mount it using the MagSafe. This way. So once it's at this traditional mode, you are able to mount other accessories such as mics or a light. So I recently reviewed this very powerful light LE20 from Ulanzi. So you can actually put it over here this way. But to keep things simple, you might not need a microphone that is this big or lights, but you definitely need a good audio solution. So here I have is this A30 microphone set. Oh, where's my microphone? This A30 microphone set. Now what makes this set really unique is that it also comes with magnets and a wind muff. For most microphones out there, you need to get them separately. But this also comes with a charging case itself, and this whole set only comes in about 50 USD. In my review of this, I find that the quality of this is quite impressive, better than those cheaper microphones out there. So if you don't already own a microphone for your mobile phone setup, I'll recommend this, the A30 wireless microphone from Ulanzi. Now the phones will not be brand specific. To be honest, if you get the latest iPhone or Samsung Galaxy, they are very close in quality. At most, there's just some color, temperature differences which editing can fix. But if I were to recommend a type of phone, I would say flip phones. So one thing good about flip phones is that it can also stand on its own. So here I have is my Samsung Flip 5. Okay, I'm sure that you can get, if you are getting flip phones, you can get the Flip 6 or the Xiaomi Flip. So I can always put on the table over here and film it this way or turn it at its sides. This makes use of its front camera, which is much better in quality than its front-facing camera, and this is the back camera. The back camera is much better quality than the front-facing camera. So you can also hold it in different ways. So you can see if I were to film it, I can hold it this way. So I can always film using it this way, which feels much nicer to hold. Bringing everything back together, this whole camera setup will set you back about 1,600 USD. While a camera setup like this, just the tripod and the microphone, will set you back about 100 USD. So what do you guys think about my two setups? Do you think I overkill? Or do you think there are more things that I should have mentioned or added on? I'm curious. Let me know down in the comments below. If not, see you guys in the next video.